Okay, so simple statement. Hope you take it well. I feel like we spend more time as a culture thinking and dwelling on what we don't have instead of being thankful for what we do. I think about all the things that we've been given, right? Like, did you flush this morning? I know it's a wild question to ask, but it's probably not what you wanted to hear, if we're being honest, on your morning podcast. But like, for real, did you flush this morning? What about brushing your teeth? Did you brush your teeth this morning? I hope you did. Listen, do you have water in your house right now? To bathe, to drink, and do all the things you need to do that we don't really need to talk about? Well, that means you've got more than about half of the world. I don't know if you knew this, but about 2.2 billion people in the world don't have access to clean water. Like about 4.2 billion people don't have access to safely managed sanitation services. And listen, I get it. There's so much that we don't have. There's a lot that we don't have, but there's a whole lot that I'm grateful that we do. When we focus our attention on what we lack, we often lose sight of what we love. I'm gonna say that again. When we focus our attention on what we lack, we often lose sight of what we love. So how do we keep from losing sight of what we love? Well, we have to be reminded of what we've been given and ultimately who gave it to us. So let's go back to the beginning, like the start of it all, Genesis 1. Before we had the clothes and the shoes and the cars and the granite countertops and the indoor plumbing, like this is what we were originally given. This is our portion. So Genesis 1:26, it says, "Then God said, let us make mankind in our image. Let us make human beings in our image to be like us. They will reign over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, the livestock, all the wild animals on the earth, and the small animals that scurry along the ground." And then in verses 29 to 30, it says, "Then God said, look, I have given you every seed-bearing plant throughout the earth, and all the fruit trees for your food. And I have given every green plant as food for all the wild animals, the birds in the sky, and the small animals that scurry along the ground, everything that has life." And that is what happened. Listen, regardless of what you don't have, God has made it very clear what you do. Like, look at all he gave us. Like, look what he's given us, the beauty of nature, the ability to be able to interact with it, like to see, to touch, to feel, to smell, the beauty of the world around us, food that comes from nature, like life that it brings and life that we bring it. Look at all you have. Look at all you have dominion over, like reign over. God created you in his image on purpose, with purpose. Why? To help him steward all he made. He wanted to share his creation with you and steward his creation with you. That's how much he cares about you. If your attention is focused on all you don't have, you're going to have a hard time stewarding all that God has given you. I'm going to say that again. If your attention is focused on all you don't have, you're going to have an incredibly difficult time stewarding all that God has given you. How do I know that? Because 2 chapters later, Adam and Eve forsake all they do have for the one thing they don't: the knowledge of good and evil. They focused on what they felt like they lacked and lost sight of what they loved, or rather the one who loves them. I feel like we spend more time as a culture thinking and dwelling on what we don't have instead of being thankful for what we do. We've been given so much. The breath in our body, the air around us, our families, our friends. We've been given so much. And so often we take it for granted. And we think and we dwell on things that we don't have and all the things that we want. We don't realize that all of our needs have been taken care of in Jesus. So what do you have? Like what do you have? Maybe that's something practical that you can do today. Yeah. Like just make a list. Like practically make a list of all the things you have, all the things you've been given and just write it until your hand gets tired or you run out of thoughts or your fingers get cramped from typing on your phone, and then go down that list and thank God for each and every one of them. Let's learn from our original father and mother's mistake. Like let's spend today focusing our attention on what we do have, on all that we've been given. Let's see how the Lord works through our gratitude, and let's allow that gratitude, that thankfulness to draw us closer to his heart. Let's focus our attention on all that we do have instead of all that we don't. And let's see what God does through that. Man, I love this one. This was good for my soul. We'll talk soon.